My name is N Rabot.
Could you spell?
R-A-B-O-T.
R-A-B-O.
R-A-B-O-T last name.
So what is the ethnic origin of this last name?
It's a Filipino.
South Filipino.
Filipino.
Oh, I was in Philippines.
Yeah.
I did interview more than 50 Philippine Korean War veterans there in Manila. So that was great. Very nice meeting you, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, what is your birthday?
My birthday is January 14, 1935.
January 14th,
1935.
35. So you are now,
87.
you are the youngest one.
Yeah.
Huh? So, where were you born?
I was born in Moloa, North Shore in Kauai.
Could you spell it?
M-O-L-A-A.
M-O-L-A-A.
M-O-L-O-A-A.
O-A-A.
Yeah.
Moloa
Moloa, North
in
side,
Kauai.
Kauai.
And tell me about your family background, your parents and your siblings when you were growing up.
Well, my dad and my mom came from the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was only 1 year old when she moved here. And then we all live in Moloa. And then we were brought up over there. And then
How many brothers and
we
sisters?
have 4 brothers and 3 sisters.
Wow.
But they all gone except one sister and me.
So it's 1935. Still there was an impact of Great Depression, right? Was it hard to
Yeah.
survive?
Yeah, usually, yeah, it was.
Okay. And what high school did you graduate?
I didn't graduate high school, Kappa High School. I quit 9th grade because I have to help my parents do work in the pineapple field and all that.
Mm-hmm. And when were you drafted then? Were you drafted or did you?
I joined the Army National Guard in '52 during the Korean War.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I transferred in the regular Army. And then I took basic in Schofield for 4 months. And I went on a boat and got shipped to Japan, and from Japan to Korea, to Busan.
So when did you leave from here? In the United States, where did you leave for Japan and when?
Oh, probably in '54 after basic.
Yeah. So 1954,
Yeah.
you went to Japan, and then when did you arrive in Busan?
The same night, got another LST, military, and then from there we end up in Busan, and we drove.
So that was 54?
54.
What month? Do you remember?
Probably in August, somewhere on there.
And from Busan, where did you go?
We rode a truck to 100 miles to Yeongdeungpo,
Yeongdeungpo.
and then we caught a train over there to Incheon. And then that's where I got stationed, in Incheon. And I was assigned to a truck company.
Truck company.
Yeah.
So what was your unit? What division and?
Under the 8th Army.
Uh-huh.
And then a 46 Transportation Company.
46
Transportation Company.
Okay. And what was your rank at the time? Private?
I was a PFC, private first class.
Mm-hmm. And you were in the transportation, so you're driving and trucks, right?
Yeah.
Right. How was a situation at the time there in 1954 in Incheon?
Everything was flat.
Tell me the detail. Give me the detail.
All the buildings were just shredded, and and there were a lot of orphans
Often.
Yeah.
Ah.
There's a lot of orphans at night. They come to our camp and try to find food, you know. And I used to take food from the mess hall and give them to them. And blankets. I used to give them blankets and all that.
What were you thinking when you saw those miserable situations in Korea?
It's real.
Huh?
Devastating, you know. Yes. Kids they're naked. They don't have clothes.
Even during the winter?
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
clothes?
they sleep in the culverts and all kind of places.
Huh. And what did you do there in Incheon?
We stationed close to the Incheon port, picking up supplies from the LST, deliver all kind of supplies to certain units, to Seoul and to Suwon, all places like that, you know.
So been driving around those?
Yeah, all over the place.
Wow. So you were able to see how was Seoul at the time?
Seoul was flat.
Don't just say flat. Give me the detail. How was it?
All the buildings was down. There's no high buildings, all flat. And then there's only certain units over there have to deliver supplies, you know, medical supply, food, drinks, all kind.
How about Korean people? Did you see Korean
Oh, yeah.
people? How do they look at the time?
Oh, I see the old Papa Sang, they're carrying bag and picking up all kind of wood, you know, for make fire during the winter time, I think, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really sad, you know.
Any other city you've been around?
Yeah, there's no city. There's Incheon, there was just shacks.
Just shacks.
There's no city.
Mm-hmm. Were you able to go back to Korea after the war?
Yeah, I went one time.
When was it?
About 4 years ago, I revisit.
So it's 2018.
Yeah, I was supposed to go again, but the pandemic came, so they canceled
So
the revisit.
you are in a perfect position to contrast the Korea 1954, Seoul 1954 and 2018. What are the difference? Tell me the detail. Don't say just flat, okay?
Oh, devastating. I get lost because when I was driving the truck from Incheon to Seoul, there's only one highway there. And then when I went back there, I got lost. I see buildings and buildings and buildings, you know. Devastating. Nothing but buildings. I don't see houses. In Seoul, there's all buildings. They all live in high rises, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. They don't have houses. All live in high rises.
Yeah. And do you know how much that cost?
No?
More than $1 million.
Yeah?
Yeah. So it is quite different, right? So when you left Korea, when did you leave Korea from the war? I mean,
In 55.
55.
Yeah.
And 1 month.
Mid 55. I was there for about 16 months, I think.
Like June, July, did you leave?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. And when you left Korea, did you ever imagine that Korea would become like this today?
No.
Why not?
I didn't imagine that, you know.
Why not?
I don't the building, but when I went back, then, I tell myself that they're richer than the United States right now, you know.
I mean, Seoul is one of 10th biggest metropolitan city in the world, so it's bigger than New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was looking at that, unreal.
Unreal.
Yeah. Unreal.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But why is it known as Forgotten War? There's so much.
I believe that after the Second World War, there was more on the Second World War. You know, people just thinking of the Second World War, they all finished the war and everything. Didn't think about the Korean War came out, and then that's why they call them the Forgotten War.
Mm-hmm. So if you look at the our world history textbook, there only one paragraph about the Korean War, while there are 3 pages on the Vietnam
Oh,
War.
yeah.
Yeah?
So that's why I got mad. Sometimes they always miss the Korean War and they go to the Vietnam War. And Vietnam didn't win that war, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They didn't win.
That's why we are making that curriculum book, okay? And we're going to use this one. There are many, many history teachers working for my foundation, and they will listen to Henry Rabot's interview, and they will analyze it, and then they will use it in the classroom. So that's why we are doing this. Well, you mentioned about a lot of orphans in Incheon.
Yeah.
What else did you do with? Did you play with them?
Yeah.
How did
I
you?
used to go to the mess hall and take food out and give them to them. And the cooks, they just dump the food into the wastebasket, you know, drums and all that.
Yeah.
And then and sometimes the cook, he chased the kids away, you know. So I scold the cook.
You did the right thing.
Yeah, I told him, you gotta feed them, you know,
Yeah.
because they're South Koreans.
And what else did you do with the children? Did you play with them? Did you sing?
Well,
Or
we cannot go out too much outside our compound. You know? We're restricted. And it's outside, you cannot go out, you know.
did you play?
Yeah, I have a ukulele with me, and I play the uke.
What on earth did you bring your ukulele to Korea? Even though it's right after the war, but you still brought it?
Yeah. I brought it with me, you know.
Are you good at it?
Not that good, but I play.
And did you play that in front of orphans?
No, the orphan cannot come into our compound.
But you could go with
Yeah,
your
but I
ukulele.
cannot go out.
Ah.
It's off limits, you know.
So what did you do with your ukulele? What
No, just play.
play only for yourself or any?
Yeah, in our compound.
Why didn't you bring it today?
No, I didn't bring it.
You have it now.
No, I don't have it.
Oh.
If I have them, I would play a song for you guys, you know.
Can you sing without ukulele now for
What's
us? Can you sing for us?
I cannot sing. I only play the uke.
Come on, you lying
I
to me.
just pick the songs, but I cannot sing.
I know you can sing. What did you sing
I
in
play the, what you call that, the Korean song? Alilang?
Arirang?
Yeah, I can play that on the ukulele.
So sing.
I cannot sing.
We'll sing for you.
Ask him. I cannot sing. I don't sing. The
Okay.
ukulele play for me.
So you must be popular because
No,
people
not really
wanted to listen from you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good ukulele player.
I just do the picking the song, the tune.
Very good.
I cannot sing.
Very, very good. Were there any dangerous moments during your service there?
Well, driving at night, especially, you know. We have a Korean guard in our truck. Before we didn't have. So we used to drive from Incheon to Seoul with a big truck with all supplies on top. And when driving down, we can go only 30 miles an hour. And people, they jump into the truck and unload all that goodies in the back. And by the time I reach Seoul, it's empty, you know. So now they have a Korean guard
I
in the
see.
back of the truck to watch the cargo.
That's how desperate the Korean people were at the
Oh,
time.
yeah. But, you know, that's all South Korean, just, you know, they need all the food and whatnot. You know.
So you were actually not fulfilling your duties, but distributing food for Korean people,
Yeah. I don't care if they take them, you know.
like the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
All right. Were you able to write letter back to your family at the time?
With that,
Did you write the letter back to your family?
yeah, sometimes I write to my family.
What did you write?
I write them about Korea, how this places is.
Were you able to take a picture? Did
I
you have
took
a
lot of
camera?
Pictures, but I lost all the pictures.
Ah, come on.
You know, after when I came back, I was moved from one house to another house. I lost all my, all my pictures in Korea.
Mm.
And it's all black and white. There's no.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, at that time, it's all black and white.
Mm-hmm. Any other story you remember about your service in Korea?
Well, I meet a lot of, like Australian soldiers and the Turks.
Turks.
Yeah, all the Turks. But we were teaching those South Korean soldiers how to drive, teach them how to drive.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. We have one Korean soldier and GI. We work together in a compound.
Were you able to meet any soldier from Philippines at the time?
No.
No?
I didn't see any.
You didn't see any.
Well, in my company, we have 2 Filipino, 2 Japanese, 2 Hawaiians, and 1 Puerto Rican. We all took basic together. We got stationed over there.
Mm-hmm. Mm. So what do you think about the armistice? It's been there for 20, it's a 69-year-old
Yeah.
armistice. Next year will be 70th anniversary of the armistice.
Mm.
What do you think about that? Do you think we have to at least declare the end of the war now and then let them work on peace treaty, or what do you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have to do that.
Would you be willing to sign the petition
yeah.
to declare the end of the war?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would.
What was the most difficult thing during your service in Korea? What did really bother you most or difficult?
Well, not that much. Just have to do my job, and deliver all kind of supplies to all units.
How many trucks were in your transportation department?
Oh, we had about 40 trucks, I think. 40 different trucks.
Mm-hmm.
We drive the heavy trucks, the big ones.
Mm. How big was it?
Oh, they have a trailer. They call them the cattle trailer,
Mm-hmm.
the big ones.
Do you remember how much were you paid at the time?
Well, $72 a month, I think.
72?
Yeah, that's all you got paid.
Anything else for any extra for your driving and so on?
No.
No?
That's
So-
a military pay
So what did you do with that money? Did you spend everything?
and drink beer.
So you have to...
Send money home.
Ah,
Yeah.
but you had to buy beer? They didn't give you free?
Yeah, the beer is free.
Beer is free,
Yeah.
so you don't have to spend your money.
Yeah. But sometimes you have to buy this and buy that,
Okay. Were any Korean people working with you, and you remember any, the Korean boy working for you?
Oh yeah, we have a houseboy.
Houseboy? Tell me about it. Do you
The
remember?
houseboy, we hire him for take care of our barracks, clean our barracks,
Mhm.
and it was so dirty inside. You hit the blanket like that, all dust come up, So constantly they have to sweep. We have wooden floor and corrugated iron siding and the roof. We live in a barracks that's not clean, real dirty.
But much cleaner than Foxhole.
Yeah.
And did you pay the Korean busboy?
Oh yeah, the company paid.
Company paid.
Yeah.
Ah, that's good. Is there any...
And we have a laundry too. They paid our mama-san for wash our clothes and all that,
Next year will be 70th anniversary of the armistice. Is there any message you want to say to the Korean people? Anything you want to say to the Korean people?
What shall I say? Well, right now the prosperity is really good, They're way on top there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy for them. And keep on, they said in the transportation, keep on trucking.
Okay. Keep on trucking.
Yeah.
That's your message. Great. Thank you so much for your service for the Korean people, even though it was the 1954, but it was right after the armistice,
Yeah.
and Korea was still suffering from it. So your service, your fight for Korean people will be remembered in this video and will be used in the classroom. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
I wish that you could play for us. You
Yeah.
play.
Too bad I don't have my uke.
Thank you.
Thank you.